Liverpool 4, Accrington Stanley 0. What a game we have just witnessed. A Trent Alexander Arnold wonder strike, zero backlift, puts it straight in the top bins off the post. Ngumoha looks absolutely ridiculous at only 16 years of age. And a Liverpool side that made 9 changes going into this game after the defeat against Tottenham a few days ago. And I'll be honest, I thought Liverpool, they were tested in this game. Fair play to Accrington Stanley. They showed some grit, some determination, some mentality to stay in this game, even at 1-0 down, even at 2-0 down, to keep going to the final whistle. But Liverpool just barely flexed their muscles. No Salah, no Van Dijk, no Alisson, no Robertson, no Gravenberch, no McAllister, no Diaz or Gakpo, and they put in a professional performance. Make sure you go down and drop a like if you haven't already, and make sure you have subscribed to the channel. Liverpool 4, Accrington Stanley 0. And in terms of the lineup, I actually thought Arne Slot, he didn't have any insurance on the bench at all, really. There was no Salah. There was no Gakpo. There was, of course, Luis Diaz and Federico Chiesa, but Chiesa hasn't played a huge amounts of minutes. And in terms of that front three, Ngumoha at 16 years of age, every single time he got the ball, he wanted to beat his man. He looks a lively player, really techie on the ball, lots of step overs, good first touch. Elliott on the right, he did get clattered a number of times. And Darwin Nunez missed 2 or 3 absolute sitters for me. I just don't know if he's clinical enough to be that number 9 for Arsenal, for Liverpool. Jota, Morton, and Szoboszlai in that midfield. I mean, Morton looked really, really good today. Considering he's only, 21, 22 years of age. He's had a number of loan spells out at some Championship and League One clubs. Endo slotting in again at centre-back so they can rest Van Dijk and, of course, rest Konate. No Robertson, Tsimikas started today, and no Alisson and Kelleher started. And Liverpool actually, for the first 15, 20 minutes, I don't actually remember Accrington Stanley really touching the ball. There was a ball went into the box and Darwin Nunez misses a header from about 3 yards out. It kind of was behind him, so I'm not really gonna criticize him too much. And he was actually involved in the first Liverpool goal. Accrington have a corner. They break quickly. Morton plays it into Trent's path. Trent then plays it into Darwin Nunez, who slots it across to Diego Jota and puts it in the back of an empty net. And it was a really, really good finish from him into an empty net. But the first half was all about Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was in this quarterback role, slicing and dicing, playing 60, 70-yard pings for fun. The strike is absolutely ridiculous. 25 yards out, puts it top bins, 0 backlift. I don't think there's another right back on the planet. The only other right back that comes to mind that strikes a ball like that is Pedro Porro, but we see it a lot more from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Pedro Porro did one like that against Burnley last year in the FA Cup. Very similar, no backlift, straight into the top left corner. And then his celebration, he kind of runs over Jude Bellingham-esque, arms out wide with a big smile on his face. And I don't really know what to make of that celebration because, of course, there's concrete links out there linking him to Real Madrid. Lots of Liverpool fans, of course, want him to sign a contract. But that was kind of as if to say, even the commentator said it, this is my club. It's a local game. It's an FA Cup game. There's a lot of upsets every single year. And Liverpool went out there and did a professional job. And Trent Alexander-Arnold was one of the stars of the first half. Fair play to Arne Slot. He loves to use his squad to the maximum of his ability. He made a number of changes. He brought on Leone, Connor Bradley, Jayden Danns, who bagged the goal, James McConnell, Federico Chiesa. And when you bring on Connor Bradley, it kind of changes the shape, the way Liverpool play. They have a lot more of a free-flowing possession-based when you've got a Trent. And when you've got a Connor Bradley, I just feel they are a little bit more defensively sound when he is on the pitch. In terms of the second and third goal, the third goal actually comes all from Jayden Danns. He's about to be 19. It's a lot of academy talent on show today for Liverpool. He plays the ball into a really good area for Federico Chiesa, who's got a one-on-one, strikes it. It's a good save from the Accrington Stanley goalkeeper, and then Jayden Danns is there to tap it into an empty net. Take nothing away from Accrington Stanley. They did have a number of chances. They hit the crossbar from a decent strike, about 22 yards out. And then the fourth goal comes from Federico Chiesa with his first Liverpool goal. And to be fair, he kind of deserved that. He was a threat when he comes off the bench. He receives the ball 18 yards out, strikes a low effort, which beats the goalkeeper to find the bottom corner just off the post. And, There's a number of Premier League sides that have been tested. West Ham went out last night in the FA Cup. Chelsea are scheduled to play later today. Wolves narrowly beat Bristol. Everton, fair enough, they beat Peterborough, but it was a lot closer than anticipated. And this should be a trophy that Liverpool, I do expect, should win this season. They are in a really, really good position. Arne Slot's really tactically changing it up on a daily basis now. And you look at the fixtures they've got coming up. They've got two really tough away games against Brentford and against Nottingham Forest. And that, for me, will tell, is this Liverpool's league to lose? I know they've had a little bit of a wobble in recent weeks. They drew to Fulham. They lost to Spurs in the Cup. But these are the two away games. You look at Nottingham Forest right now, they're flying. Nuno Espirito Santo's got them firing on all cylinders. Chris Wood's already got something like 14 league goals this season. And Brentford, up until Arsenal beat them at the GTEC only a couple of weeks ago, they were actually the team to beat at home. And then after that, Liverpool have got a relatively straightforward run, I would say. Lille at home, Ipswich at home, PSV away. By then, they would have already automatically qualified comfortably to the next round of the Champions League if they haven't already. Then they play Bournemouth away, and then they've got Spurs and Wolves at home. But fortunately for Liverpool, that they were able to rest Salah, Van Dijk, Diaz, Gakpo, Gravenberch, McAllister. Nottingham Forest play later today at 3 o'clock, which is only in about 40 minutes' time. And I do expect them. They have fielded a relatively strong team, but, similar to what Liverpool have done, there is no Milinkovic. There is no the Brazilian centre-back. I can't remember what his name is now. Is it Marquinhos? Not Marquinhos. I can't remember the Nottingham Forest centre-back now, but there is no Chris Wood. He's on the bench. No Elanga. No Elliot Anderson. So Nottingham Forest are taking that Liverpool game really, really serious. But look, Liverpool, for me, should be favourites for this competition. You look at the way they're playing right now. You look at, everyone's scoring goals. They are still favourites for me for the League Cup, although they do have a 1-0 deficit against Spurs. That game is only a few weeks away, and the transfer window would have been closed by then. So Arne Slot will know what he's working with. There's a lot of links out there to Kvarastriliya from Napoli right now, or as I like to call him, Cravadonna. So we'll have to wait and see. But look, in terms of Arne Slot, he didn't have to rely on Diaz or McAllister off the bench today. All the academy players did their job. Liverpool win 4-0, comfortable, clean sheet, 4 goals, and they'll be looking forward to the next round. I do think the only other team I think that can stop Liverpool right now in these knockout competitions, Newcastle, I think for me, will be right up there as well as Chelsea. Arsenal, I'm not too sure. They didn't perform massively that great against Newcastle. And they've also got their eye on the Champions League and the Premier League. Chelsea are a team right now that they can comfortably rotate 10, 11 players in that Conference League and go out there and score a lot of goals. But look, it's 4 goals. It's a dominant win. And for Liverpool, they've just got to look for the next game now. They've got 2 Premier League games in the next 7 days up against Forest and Brentford. And like I said, that for me is a tough test. I do expect Liverpool to go out there and maybe sign one player this month. There's been a lot of links to Zubimendi, Kvarastriliya, as I just said, but could they maybe bring in a centre-back? Joe Gomez is linked to the move away. I think the likelihood is Trent Alexander Arnold will stay at Liverpool this window and possibly leave in the summer. But look, thank you all for watching. We are going to wrap up. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed. And I'll see you in the next one.